Hi and welcome. I am Lady D, aka the Carnivore Queen. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, I will pull back the curtain and let you see my carnivore journey up close and personal. I Although I say carnivore, it's more of a ketovore diet because I do grow vegetables and I like to eat certain vegetables, especially um, growing season now that it's summertime. It will be a mostly meat-based carnivore diet that I am doing. Um, I did do carnivore earlier this year with great success. And prior to doing carnivore, I've tried many different diets, many different strategies, and it left me with the same outcome. Now I want to really do it and dive deep into it. And I'm inviting all of you to share my journey with me. So, sometime last year, I've done keto. I've done keto in the past with a lot of success. A couple of years ago, I did keto. I lost about 30, 40 pounds. And over the course of time, and menopause hit, and I was started back to eating everything. Especially, I love my donuts. Donuts in the morning. That was my big thing. But earlier this year, I had enough. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Every night when I went to bed, I would lie down and my knees would just ache and my whole body was aching. And I could literally feel how unhealthy I was. It's hard to explain unless you'd have been through it, but I just knew that, like, once I turned 50, it seems like everything started going downhill, and the stuff that did kind of used to work wasn't working at all anymore. And over the course of the couple years, I've done many different things, and they left me in worse shape, or I was hungry all the time. Um, a couple of, I'll say late last year, I knew someone who started the carnivore diet. And in the beginning, I was like, meat only? No vegetables? I couldn't believe it. And this person was well over 300 pounds. And they were able to get below 300 pounds in maybe about a year of doing a carnivore. Um, and it was pretty amazing to watch the transformation. And I was like, maybe this carnivore thing will work. I was very extremely skeptical at first. So I decided to give it a try. And earlier this year, I did carnivore for about 2 months. And when I tell you, those aches and pains had just disappeared. And I didn't notice exactly when it happened, but I noticed I would lie down and I wasn't in pain anymore when I went to bed. And of course, I have been through a few knee surgeries. Um, and that's a whole nother story for another time. But I've had multiple knee surgeries, and my knees would just ache like all the time, like nonstop. It was a dull ache that was constant. And about a month or month and a half into the carnivore diet, I was like, I'm not aching anymore. And it was like a light bulb. And not only was I not aching anymore, once I got adapted to the carnivore diet, basically where I ate meat, mostly meat, a few, very, very few vegetables here and there, but mostly meat. I just noticed a transformation in how I felt, and my bloating was gone. Like, it was just an amazing transformation. And then, I lost weight. Went on a cruise, and when I tell you I ate and drank everything on the cruise, I ate nonstop. So of course I did gain the bulk of the weight that I lost back. So I'm back on this carnivore journey, and basically I eat meat with a few vegetables here and there, and I also incorporate intermittent fasting. So normally I don't eat until after 12 o'clock, and usually I finish my last meal around 7 o'clock if possible. It depends on my work schedule. Sometimes it's a little later. And It's actually easy. Um, the first couple of weeks in the beginning was hard, but since I've been back into it, I think this is day uh, 6. And in 6 days, I've lost about 8 pounds so far. And like I said, I'm never hungry. I'm never hungry. Um, and if I am hungry, I eat. Just one day this week, um, I got I got hungry pretty early, which was around 10 o'clock. So I made some bacon and some eggs, and it was like, okay, I did this, and it was great. I mean, and I still the next day I was still down. So welcome, and this is going to be my journey, and I will share everything, the ups, the downs, the cheats, if that's the case. But I'm really going to try to do a strict carnivore, ketovore diet for the next 90 days. And like I said, the reason I chose ketovore over a straight carnivore diet is because it's summertime and I like to grow vegetables in my garden. And I do like vegetables here and there. And sometimes for me, it breaks up everything. It breaks up some of the monotony of eating with the just meat every day. Although, like a couple of days this week, my dinner was a steak and some chicken wings. Like that was my dinner. So normally my side is another form of meat. So follow me on this journey. I'm very excited to share this journey with you. Um, my starting weight a week ago was 225, and I'm already down to 218. And it's a lot for me to put my weight out there, but I'm going to be totally transparent with my carnivore diet. I weigh myself every day. Well, I have been weighing myself every day. As time goes on, I will spread that, spread it out, and maybe not weigh myself every day. I also, at the beginning of last week, I took measurements so that sometimes I know, like in the beginning, early on, my weight loss stalled, but I was still losing inches. I'm not sure how many inches I lost, but I could feel the difference in my pants. But you know what? I'm over 50, overweight. So let's do this carnivore journey and follow me as I go through all the peaks, the valleys, the ups and downs of this current 90-day ketovore challenge. Although I say 90-day ketovore challenge, um, I'm pretty much committed to do ketovore mostly for the rest of my life. I have a history of there is a history of diabetes in my family, and I was diagnosed being pre-diabetic late last year. So, in 3 months' time, I'm going to get my blood work redone, and we're going to see where we are in the difference of 8 month time from when I started my ketovore journey and at the end of this 90 days. So, follow me and see what happens. Feel free to comment, ask questions. I am no I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. This is just my journey, and I'm going to share that with you. Thank you, and keep following, and let's see what happens in these next 3 months. Lady D, the Carnivore Queen, signing out. I'll see you next time. Bye.